All right, so if you tried to get to Wednesday's assignment already and it blocked you and you weren't able to see the YouTube video, I found out it's because I had used music videos that I didn't own the rights to the music in, and so YouTube had blocked my video from being seen for copyright infringement. So thank you to those who reached out. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do is give you the first part of the video that does not include the music videos. So you'll fill out your graphic organizer while watching this video. And afterwards in the assignment, I will just post the music videos for you to watch and compare. I think it will all make more sense at the end of this video, so just bear with me and then ask the questions as you need them. But for the first half of the slideshow, it was just about understanding tone. So tone is our new literary device for this week. We've now looked at characters, plot, irony, and dialogue, and now we're looking at tone. And so you might know what tone is in the way that somebody speaks to you, right? You know if your boss or your mom or your grandma or your friend is very mad at you because they have that deep sense of tone. They speak in maybe a frustrated tone or an angry tone. So what we're going to start to try to do this week is get used to the idea of finding tone in music. And then as we go forward in the next few weeks with our novel starting, we're going to be focusing on tone through that as well. So for the first part of your graphic organizer, I just want to start with the letter O. So I mean O in the form of a word, right? Typically you might put an H over here and finish it off. But O is a word and it's used all of the time, and it's usually used in an expressive way, right? It can be surprised, frustrated, discomforted, longing, disappointed. All of these can be shown through the way that we say O. So it's not always what we say, but it's how we say it that makes our tone come to life. So the actual definition of tone is the attitude that a writer takes towards the subject of a work, the characters, or the audience. So when you move on later into the music video portion, the tone will be towards the subject of the song. And in the case that we're going to look at later, the subject will be a breakup. So we're going to be practicing this in literature. How can we find the tone that the writer or the author takes towards a subject? But to start it off, we're going to start light with some music because I think it's just easier for people to grasp with music before moving on to literature. But I want to take you back to this O. In this video, I'm going to go through a couple different emotions and stop. And I want you at home to practice saying O in the correct tone. So for instance, the first one is surprised. So how could you say oh and sound surprised? Well, maybe you're just waking up on your 16th birthday and whoever you live with wakes you up and tells you there's a surprise outside. You walk outside and you're looking at your dream car parked in the driveway and you scream oh in excitement, right? So I want you to pause the video and practice it. How could you say it to yourself in a surprised voice? So go ahead, pause the video, try it out. There's going to be a few more. Okay, so now that you've practiced saying oh out loud in a surprised voice, on your graphic organizer, you're going to see here that the emotions that I'm going to show you in the PowerPoint are listed here. And you've already said it, right? You've said it out loud to yourself in a surprised tone. And now I want you to try to write a sentence where we could feel that surprised tone. So, oh, I can't believe it. You really got me a car for my 16th birthday? Surprised. So try to write a sentence that matches the tone you're using right here. Okay, and now back to our practice. You've done surprised and you've written your sentence. So now I want you to say oh in an angry tone. So say it to yourself, practice it, think about something that would make you so angry. Let's say you've planned this huge party for the weekend, you spent all of this time getting decorations and food, and the night before, 3 of your friends cancel. How would you use the word oh to let them know you're angry? Once you say it out loud, go back to your graphic organizer and try to write a sentence using the word oh that would come across as angry. The next one is suspicious. Pause the video and work on the word suspicious. Excited, same thing. Pause your video. How can you say oh in an excited tone and then go back to your graphic organizer and give it a try in writing? Next is sad. Pause your video for a little bit of extra time. Exhausted. Pause your video for some extra time. And finally, fearful. I just realized that fearful is not on your graphic organizer, so practice it out loud, but you don't need to write your sentence. So here's where the next part came in. This is when the screencast took a downward spiral into the illegal land of YouTube. Here's what you're going to do on your own. These are now going to be posted into your Schoology assignment, and I will show you that in a moment. But we're going to take this idea of tone and try to determine the tone of music. So you're going to be looking at the same song, and it's called Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. If you've heard it, then yes, this is going to be okay. If you haven't heard it, then yes, it's still going to be okay. Take a moment and pause and read through the lyrics and familiarize yourself with what you think the song will be about. Hopefully, after you've read through the lyrics, you can kind of infer or guess that this song is going to be about a breakup. Since you've been gone, I can breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on. You had your chance and you blew it, right? There's a lot of lines in this song that let you know it's about a breakup. So the breakup is going to be the subject of our song. And when we're trying to find the tone, it's the attitude that the writer, or in this case, an artist, takes towards the subject. So what's the attitude that the artist you're going to hear take towards the subject of a breakup? So when you go through Schoology now, you're going to find your first music video. This one is by Kelly Clarkson. And when you come back over to your graphic organizer, you'll see here, how would you describe the tone of the first music video by Kelly Clarkson? So in this over here, I need you to just write some words that you think describe the tone. How does this music video come off about her breakup? And then after that, you're going to watch a cover. So a cover of a song is the same exact song, the lyrics are exactly the same, but it's a different artist. So they're bringing a different tone towards the subject. The subject is still the breakup, but how does this artist differ from the first? So you'll do that and you'll fill out your graphic organizer. You'll watch a third cover, same song, same subject, but how does the tone change? And finally, you'll watch the last one. Same subject, right? We're still working with the breakup. It's the same song. And how does the tone change? So that's what you're going to do on your graphic organizer. It's going to ask you, how would you describe the tone? How would you describe the tone? How do they all differ, right? They're all a little bit different, and you'll get that after you watch them. You by no means need to watch the entire music video for each song if you don't want to. You can get it from about the first minute and a half of each song. So do that, fill this in, and then I'm just curious, which song did you like the most? Which did you like the least? And what questions do you have at this point? We're very early on with tone, so there are no bad questions, but don't feel too bad if you're a little wavering in how you feel. It's the first day of many. All right, and final help. So when you click on the assignment now, you won't see the you won't see the whole 15-minute screencast. Instead, you'll see the screencast here in a minute, but I'm still recording it. And then you'll see all 4 music videos linked into your assignment. So take the time to click on them and play each of them a little bit to help you with your graphic organizer, your PowerPoint notes. Once you're finished, you can submit it to Schoology.